What do we have at the foundation, please? Wheel of Fortune, Sag energy at the foundation of the reading. There's a lot of negative projection inside the collective right now. I'm just getting this message where there's somebody that's trying to cloak themselves in your energy, and this person is watching you succeed on your path, watching you move forward in your life in a very successful way. And it's as if this person is jealous. They want to copy you. They want to be you, is really what it comes down to. And this Wheel of Fortune at the root chakra of the reading is representing this all being connected to your destiny. It's like you're preparing to step through the portal into this new life cycle, and you're now starting to see where a lot of the resistance has always been coming from. And the Wheel of Fortune is also a card of good fortune. So there's something connected to your wealth, to your destiny, to a prophecy, is what I just heard. There's some sort of awakening that's taking place in your life right now, and a lot of truth, a lot of hard truths are being exposed to you, things that you weren't prepared to hear until now. But a lot of these things that you're going to be presented with, if you haven't already, aren't really anything that will surprise you. In fact, I think all it's going to do is confirm what you've always known. It's like there's some sort of generational cycle you're closing. I mean, it feels more like a curse, to be honest with you. Usually a lot of this generational karma originates with a curse. Could be hundreds of years ago, and then it just develops down the family line into weird behavioral patterns, or individuals just not living in accordance with the divine's will for their life. But then I feel that you have been tasked with breaking whatever this cycle is here. Respinning the wheel is what I just heard, the Wheel of Fortune. And it's as if there's this negative external force that has been trying to do whatever it can to create stress and instability in your life. So you're not the one to break this cycle. What do we have at the sacral, please? Magician. Wow. Follows what I just said perfectly. So this is how you're coming up. Gemini, Virgo energy. You have all the elements. You have everything you need to make this a reality. Something has taken place. It's like you've discovered something from within. I'm hearing recent months, recent years, something has shifted in your life, which has allowed you to gain access to a certain kind of magic. The magic could simply be you just having more confidence, you feeling more passionate about life. I'm hearing, though, that it has something to do with you becoming estranged from this opposing energy. It could very much be a family member, a sibling, a parent, so placed as it fits, but it's like this energy was sent into your life by a dark force, the devil, to keep tabs on you, to watch over you and make sure that you didn't get too far in your life, which could really speak about who this person may have been to you. I feel like it's an individual that, based on this channeling, was probably very close to you, somebody you trusted, somebody that you never really could ever imagine would do something as outlandish as this. Because the level of depravity that I'm picking up here is monumental. It's like waking up to the truth and realizing that your life up until this point was you living this outlandish lie or this kind of movie. Like, how could that happen? But it's this event that has shaken the structure, the foundation by which you've built your life. And moving forward, the divine is going to help you build something else that's yours, something that's on a solid foundation. I'm seeing somebody in my mind's eye taking a branch off of a tree and walking away. And I really feel that this is symbolizing a family tree. It's like you're done, you're moving on, you're doing your own thing. It's taken a lot of emotional strength for you to be able to do this. It's something that's taken time. It's something that's taken healing, something that's taken you having to go inward and do your shadow work. I was speaking about in one of the readings recently that had you have found out this information any sooner, you may have reacted in an unfavorable way that could have caused you to sabotage your growth up until now. But I feel that where you're at in this very moment, or about to be, is in such an emotionally balanced space that when this information, when this download, whatever it is, it could even be something that happens on the 3D, but when it comes to you, you'll barely flinch, which goes to show how thick your skin has become. It's like you've become so hardened by the narcissistic abuse, is what I just heard, that this individual or individuals brought into your life. It simply doesn't affect you anymore because you have a deeper understanding of the source. You have a deeper understanding of how energy works and enough of what you came here to do, to look at this event here and push forward in power. It's like coming to the conclusion that you're here for a very specific reason, whatever that may be. Some of you may know, some of you may not know yet. That's okay. All that matters is you're following an inner calling. That inner calling will eventually expose to you what it is you came here to do, or enough of it to start moving in one particular direction. But your understanding of this has allowed you to compartmentalize these energies here as a kind of opposing force. It's like you see reality on this kind of vibrational scale now. You recognize frequency. You understand that where you are vibrating at is on a completely different level than this opposing force. Forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they do. There is a reason why there is that statement, and it's to be applied to situations just like this. The Wheel of Fortune paired with the Magician at the root and sacral. This is just about the most powerful pairing you can get when it comes to you pulling forward some sort of manifestation. But this is big. This isn't something insignificant. This is something very important. It's something that allows you to access a new timeline, Wheel of Fortune. It's something that allows you to step through the portal. What do we have at the solar plexus? Wow. Ace of Swords. There's so much connectivity between these cards here, because it's like you grab onto the sword, right? And then right there. So it's telling a story. The Ace of Swords is an energy of victory. It's like you pull something through, something that I heard. It's like you've always dreamt about this. You've always had this deep knowing. It's like when you're a child, having a feeling inside of you that you're here for a bigger purpose, a bigger reason than most. But because you're a child, if anybody heard you say that, it would come across as adolescent or childlike. It's like a little kid saying he wants to grow up to be a superhero. But lo and behold, metaphorically speaking, this is superhero energy that I have on this table here. There's also an emphasis on the sharpness of your mind, the clarity by which you are processing thoughts and ideas right now. It's like something has been removed, something has been cleared away, and I feel it's that dark Queen of Wands energy. There's something about the reveal, the exposure surrounding that energy that has closed out a cycle. It's like the exposure was a gift that the divine presented you with, so you can finally move on without allowing your thoughts to feel consumed with the non-closure of events that may have taken place. The divine has cleared the path, cleared the board, is what I just heard. I'm seeing a checkerboard in my mind's eye right now. It's like you've checkmated this energy. They can't move. What do we have at the heart? Five of Swords in reverse at the heart. Five of Swords in reverse is speaking about things having to do with the past, and really going along with what I said in regards to the lack of closure. This can indicate some sort of past resentment that is now resolved based on this exposure. There's also an energy here of a kind of termination of any sort of unhealthy relationships in your life that may have been causing difficulties for you on your path. Five of Swords also indicates a bullying kind of energy. I feel that a part of this blockage that this energy caused in your life affected how you received other people and how other people received you. It's like it put a kind of energy around you. You know, this is the kind of individual that had an effect on your relationship with others. It's just like that one person you come across, right? That makes you lose faith on the entirety of humanity. I think we can all relate to this. We've all met somebody like this before. But because of the close nature of this person, again, family member or a close friend or something, it hits different, right? The impact is detrimental. There's a big blast site surrounding the way this individual impacted your life. I just heard for some of you, this could even be an ex. Could be somebody you were married to, somebody that really held you back. You take that as it fits. But there was a blockage at the heart chakra position that was causing a lack of progress on your path. And blocked heart chakra energy is bitterness. It's an energy of not being able to trust other people based on the difficulties of your past up until this point. So it could be somebody breaking your heart really badly. And now when new people try to come in your life, you punish them based on what somebody else put you through, or it colors your experience with them. I'm getting a lot of ringing in my right ear, so for a lot of you, that is exactly what took place here. What do we have at the throat, please? Wow. 5 to the 6 of swords. Unbelievable. The precision to the visual representation of these cards to the storyline that I'm picking up here is incredible. Because now we're seeing the 6 of swords. This is you leaving this behind. 6 of swords represents you leaving the pain of the past behind. It's a rite of passage. For some of you, it could be literal relocation, moving, travel. But you understand that in order to pull through this manifestation, this has to happen. This will never come to be unless this happens here. See, they're showing us the manifestation first, and then they're showing you what you need to do in order to pull this off. And this is very clear. This is you no longer putting up with this. Right? 5 of swords. All it does is waste time. It's an energy drain. See, and that's the enemy's whole purpose with you, is to just waste your time. If they can waste your time, they're getting a win. So you also need to be very mindful of where you're putting your time, who you're putting your time into right now. I feel like this is very important because of the magnitude of this manifestation you're pulling through. It's like you need to restructure your life in accordance with this divine blessing. Spiritual inheritance is what I just heard. And a spiritual inheritance can speak about many things. It could be literal in the sense that it's material in nature, could certainly be financial. But I'm also getting here that for some of you, it could come in the form of downloads. Downloads that give you a kind of treasure map, right? Which could just be another way of speaking about a set of instructions on how you are to pull something off. It's like the divine downloading to you a blueprint on how you're to move on your path. For the sake of example, it's the divine giving you business plans to start your own business, right? All of a sudden it comes out of nowhere, or you just get this great idea, or something starts to crystallize in regards to something that you've always wanted to manifest into your life. You get away from this energy and boom, there it is. It just comes to you just like that. And it all has to do with vibration. This is something that's been coming up in a lot of the readings lately. Understanding how the frequency of things affects your own personal vibration. This is very serious. But when you can actually start to understand how this works, you can begin to unlock doors that you never thought that you would ever be able to access. Because that vibration determines where you are on the vibrational scale, which dictates your manifestation abilities and the downloads that the divine entrusts you with, right? It's like the divine saying, hey, we have this download for you. We have this set of instructions on how to pull through this manifestation, but there's absolutely no way we're giving it to you when you are still wrapped up in this energy here, okay? You need to get away from that energy. And it's like right here, victory, right? And there's some treasure there. And it all has to do with this self-confidence, you taking control, you taking power back, whatever this means for you. And there's an indication here of your inner child, right? It's like healing something there, shadow work. What do we have at the third eye? 3 of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. Wow. Hierophant, Taurus energy at the crown. Unbelievable. These cards just followed what I said. This is an energy of you literally co-creating with the divine. You're collaborating to pull through this manifestation. It's like you're going over business plans. The divine's like, yes, this is how you're going to do it. You're like, oh, wow, okay. Like, but you need to get away from this absolute slimy, slithering beast. Otherwise, none of this will be possible. 3 of Pentacles can be an energy of a learning a new skill as well. It could have to do with needing to study something. I just heard read something, but it's just all connected to planning, right? It's like the divine puts you in the specific space, it gives you the downloads and tells you how to pull it off, which can all be connected to the magician, right? The divine gives you the elements, everything you need to pull it off. And then it's like you go on a, I mean, this is so perfect because it's like here you are, right? The divine is giving you all the elements, earth, fire, water, air, right? You have everything you need. The magician. And then you take all this, right? It's like you have a treasure map, and now here you are. You go on a treasure hunt. And you find what you're looking for. A lot of you are getting a vision right now of this, right? While you're still wrapped up in this. The divine is trying to show you this is hope, okay? The divine's saying, hey, we're going to give you some visions of what you can actually do here. Some of you could be having dreams about this or just finding yourself in a dreamy kind of meditative space. Maybe you're even literally daydreaming. All of a sudden, this stuff is coming out of nowhere. That's the divine trying to get messages through to you. And it's so interesting how they're showing you this before this, right? For those of you that are still wrapped up in this. See, they show you the plan, you get away from this energy, right? And now you get to the other side and you have a meeting with the divine and you're going over the game plan, the blueprint. At the third eye. Third eye is all related to your vision, your intuition, your imagination. You seeing beyond the material nature of your current set of circumstances, okay? So I feel like this is speaking about what some of you may be dealing with and how difficult it might be to see past the struggles. I just heard you need to hold on to the dream, hold on to the vision, take a chance. Taking a chance is far better than what you're dealing with right now. And then right there at the crown, couldn't have asked for a better card. The Hierophant, Taurus energy. The divine, God, showing up at that crown position, telling you to have faith, that you have this universal love that you're being cloaked with right now. And it's your hope that is going to allow you to remove yourself from this situation, whatever this may be for you. I feel that the tactics that are being used against you are directed at trying to block your crown chakra so you can't receive these downloads. Now, how does one block your crown chakra? Well, there's many different ways, but to try and keep it really surface level for all of you, depression, anger, and a lack of faith are all things that can cause you to have a blocked crown chakra. And I feel that the tactics that are being used against you, these weapons that are literally being formed against you with this Five of Swords at the heart, are resulting in exactly that. Depression probably being the biggest one, right? Depression is a byproduct of having weak faith. It's an energy of feeling angry at the divine, like you've been forgotten, but you haven't been forgotten at all. Like I said, you have this universal love around you. You're completely surrounded by the divine, but because of your free will, you must take the first step. And I have the magician, Baphomet, on the bottom of the deck. But from this particular deck, it's completely different than this magician. Okay, so I feel that they know that you have access to this magician energy. So they're using the reverse polarity, the negative polarity, Baphomet, to stop you from manifesting, right? I just heard to stop you from wielding your sword, right? Your superpower. So this is an energy here of manipulation. It's an energy that's trying to, well, scatter your energy with all this, with this conflict. Drain you out so you don't have the time. You don't have the resources. You don't have the faith and hope. It's an energy that wants to keep you in a low vibration, on a lower alternate timeline. I just heard they're trying to stop you from aligning with your higher self. Ten of Swords. Malfas, Gemini energy. Betrayal. This is also a backstabbing energy. There you are, and this Ten of Swords comes through. Whenever I see this bird, right, with the sword, it almost looks like over my dead body. Right? See how they have their hand on their hip like that? It's kind of very arrogant. It's like this energy is, they're trying to fatigue you, right? Wear you down, run out the clock. This energy wants you to be stuck on a timeline where you're the victim. They know that as long as you remain on that timeline, right? That energy of feeling angry at the divine or the universe because you feel unseen, they know that they got you. That's that victim energy. Faithless, hopeless, complete defeat. What do we have at the sacral? Ace of Pentacles, Lucifuge, Rafakal. Could be something going on here regarding your money, your resources. This may be how they're trying to stagnate you. This Ace of Pentacles is an energy of, well, it represents some sort of monetary delays, but also you missing out on an opportunity. It's like this person is trying to intercept your opportunities, whatever that may be. You know, this is just a real general, basic example, but it's like you expecting a call from somebody in regards to a job or an opportunity. And when they call, this person answers the phone. And when they ask for you, they make up some sort of story that results in you not receiving the call or getting the message. And then when you ask about it, they shrug their shoulders. Something like this. It could be more metaphorical in nature in that they just do things to affect your energy. So you're not able to show up as the best version of yourself for an opportunity. You ever been around individuals that are aware of something that you're going for in your life, and then at the last minute they cause some sort of chaos and you have to bow out, right? It's something like this, which confirms this energy here. You have to get away from this energy to pull this off. It's not possible when you still have this energy around. And if this energy is no longer around you, it could just be that something within you needs to be healed in regards to the energy that this individual projected onto you. Something that may have affected your self-confidence, your self-worth. There could still be some residual energy of lack there that needs to be addressed. I mean, usually the best way you address it is just by pushing through it best you can and taking a big chance. And then once you get to the other side, you've essentially broken that cycle. But that can sometimes be difficult to do, but it can be done. See, when it comes to karmic cycles and these sort of behavioral patterns and these lack mindsets, all these things that all of us, every single one of us, is tasked with battling in some capacity at some point in our life, there's the quick way and the long way to do these things. You know, the quick way is accessed by people that are so sick and tired that they just get up and they charge forward because there's nothing left to lose. And sometimes the longer way of doing things is people that just need to bring the change in incrementally. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It just all depends on what you're able to handle in the moment or based on the circumstance. But there's this saying, the power of the small. And it's when you make tiny changes, when everything feels too much, you essentially just chip away little by little. What do we have at the solar plexus? Five of Cups. Aim. Scorpio energy. Their worst fear is that you'll be able to chip away at this energetic tomb, at this energetic prison that they've tried to place you in, this box, this metaphorical matrix, which is really just a way of compartmentalizing all of this restriction, right? This Five of Swords at the heart. All of that falls under this umbrella. But when I get this Five of Cups as well, this is one of my narcissists from this particular deck. It's like an individual whose tactics are no longer working on you, right? And now you just start to see them for who they really are. It's like the life is starting to drain out of them because you were their life force. You start to see them for who they really are. This person could be a smoker, right? He's got a cigarette in his hand. I don't know why. I feel the need to say this. This person could have a weird smell, like a almost like a like an old wet leathery shoe. You know, when I think about people that I've encountered on my path that brought similar kinds of resistance into my life, they all had a very distinct smell, almost like the smell of like an old demon or something. Pay attention to this, because if anything, it brings a good laugh when you are finally able to remove yourself from these sorts of restrictive places. You start to look back and you start to attribute specific demons and different forms of possession to the individuals that were holding you back on your path. When you start to do this, it's wild, the stuff that the universe will start to illuminate to you. But it makes sense, because when it comes to the way the demons are predicted, like say in this deck here, or in scripture, they're usually attributed to specific behavioral patterns, right? It's like the behavioral patterns that an individual takes on, puts them in a specific frequency, so they're vibrating at this lower kind of energy, and the resulting demon is just the vibrational way of attributing a name to how they show up on the vibrational scale. What do we have at the heart? And then we have the Nine of Wands, Martiocius, family conflicts, okay? So this puts some confirmation around what I was getting in regards to who this may be, all right? For a lot of you, it is family. Usually it's the family that's going to do this because of what I said in regards to the breaking of these generational patterns. It's like something inside of them tells them that they must stop you at all cost. How dare you? How dare you be the one, right? To break free. But this Nine of Wands is also speaking about faith being the key to all of this, right? It's like that's what they wanted to strip away from you, your faith and your hope, because they knew that as soon as you were able to harness that again, it was all over for them. I truly believe that no matter what you may be going through, as long as you have hope and faith, you can remove yourself from any situation in your life. As long as you take that faith and hope and you nurture a connection with Source, the divine, with God, you will find a way out. I sometimes mention a secret passage, right, that just kind of appears when you start to understand this. Out of nowhere, a download comes that gives you an idea of how to remove yourself from a very restrictive place. Don't ever underestimate the power of faith, the power of hope. It's truly all you need. Because with those two things, everything else is easily accessed. But again, they are reiterating the need for you to get away from these energies. Five of Swords in reverse, stacked with the Nine of Wands, terminating these connections, ending any sort of unhealthy relationships in your life, creating distance and moving on. It really does come down to it being you or them, okay? So you need to think about what's most important to you. Because like we said here, this is not possible, okay? With this and this. We have Five of Cups and Five of Swords here. These are two of the worst energies because they're energies that have one goal in mind, and that's stopping you dead in your tracks. They want you stuck. They want you stuck in the in-between. The fives are kind of like, I think of them as like the crossover point. If you can get through the fives, then your path becomes progressively easier. But it's like the fives are the confrontation point, whether it's emotional or literal. Once you get through them, then you hit the six, right? Six of Swords. You're out of there. And then we have Shavakia, reconciliation, temperance, Sag energy right there at the heart. So now we're seeing a healing of this heart chakra, an energy of balance. This is also an energy of purpose, Okay? So we're starting to see the resulting energy of you moving on now. These energies are no longer able to access you and bring chaos and imbalance into your life. You're actually able to start putting together some sort of long-term vision for your life as well. It's like that's completely off the table when you're mixing your energy with these individuals. Long-term vision for yourself? Yeah, let's go ahead and throw that out the window. Anything surrounding building a sense of stability for your future cannot be accessed when you have these energies in your life, period. What do we have at the throat? Seven of Pentacles, Nimamia, the lovely god, discernment, general prosperity, the deliverance of prisoners. And see how you're lighting your way? It goes back to what I said about the power of the small, and I'm picturing you like inside this metaphorical concrete tomb and you're just chipping away, but then you finally break through to the other side, right? And now you're just making your way out of there, the deliverance of prisoners, right? But you have your wings, the divine has illuminated that secret passage door, right? Stacked with Six of Swords. One leads to the other. With this Temperance here, they try to bring this conflict into your life, and it's like you just drop to a knee and you're praying, and it angers them more, right? They want you to engage them, but they want you to fight them. Because they know once you get into this energy, it's over. I just heard, stop that. Stop praying. Stop meditating. Stop using your intuition. I feel like this is speaking on the kind of energies that you've been dealing with. The Seven of Pentacles really speaks about what I mentioned in regards to the power of small, right? Because Seven of Pentacles is an energy of patience, but it's also an energy of perseverance. So again, slowly chipping away. And isn't it interesting? I just recognized this. Here you are with the divine, right? Inside this, I mean, it looks like a brick room. It could be the tomb, but they're in there with you. They're like, okay, we're going to show you the blueprint on how you're going to get yourself out of here. This represents that secret passage that I'm picking up on here. And this is all metaphorical, of course, okay? But it speaks about downloads. It speaks about ideas. It speaks about ways of doing things that you are now able to access based on this connection you're nurturing with the divine, because you've removed yourself from this space. Whoever I'm reading for here is a master manifester, and you may not even be fully aware of it, okay? What do we have at the third eye, please? Unbelievable. High Priestess, Ilahia. God, the eternal lasting. Success, protection from magistrates. So, High Priestess is an energy of divine guidance, and it's coming in right underneath that Three of Pentacles at the third eye. Here's your divine guidance, the divine telling you what to do, right? And the High Priestess, which speaks about your intuition and divine guidance, is how you access it. You access it through your intuition. And I just got ringing in my left ear, which indicates out. The downloads to remove yourself from this situation, out, right? Out of the metaphorical tomb. You have a lot of support and guidance around you right now. There's a higher power that is surrounding you and really helping you bring forward this major change in your life. You really just have to trust yourself and tap into your subconscious mind, okay? Remember that when things seem too complicated in your waking life, when you feel like you've been checkmated or you can't find a way out, you have a vast space to pull from, and that's by going within, connecting with the divine, asking for help from an endless sea of knowledge and guidance. There is never no way out. What do we have to close this out, please? Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy to close out the reading. Ha'u'ia, God the good in himself. Protection, prevents discovery of secret crimes, saves exiles. This is very interesting that we got this card, because at the beginning of the reading we were talking about something being brought to the light, something that you may not have been able to accept had it come at an earlier time because you weren't ready to hear it or accept it. But now with this card and what it says in regards to prevents discovery of secret crimes, right? So it's like there was a secret crime here that was formed against you. But where you're going, this new timeline, this is no longer possible due to your connection you now have with Source and the divine. They can no longer pull the wool over your eyes. You're too tapped in. And it can also just speak about you following this path, this blueprint, which is the enemy's worst fear, puts you in this power position to where their tactics against you simply no longer work. And it also says saves exiles. So it's like this energy, this timeline, is a kind of exile you've been in. Exiled from your true north, from your true path, right inside the metaphorical tomb. It's like the divine is saving you. The divine is showing you the way out. And on this card, you have this shield of protection around you. And it's right underneath the Hierophant at the crown, confirming the cloak of protection that you have around you, based on your action to remove yourself from this situation. See, when you stay in the situation, you're telling the universe, hey, I'm good, I'm just going to stay here. Remember, the way you move and the energy that you project out into the universe is going to be amplified back to you. So if you feel stuck or you don't see the change that you want to see in your life right now, you need to reevaluate how you're moving. What are you telling the universe based on the decisions you're making in the here and now? And when you start to understand this and you start to analyze this and reevaluate the decisions you're making on the day-to-day, you'll find that there's some things there that could be improved upon, which will lead to you starting to have a breakthrough. This is what I have for all of you. I very much enjoyed this reading, very deep, and I certainly hope that we were able to channel through some messages for you to help you on your path, to reignite some hope that no matter what you may be going through, there is a way out. You just need to go inward to get out. This is the message I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations. Take care.